Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for signing up for my free essential oil class. If you don't already know me, my name is Laura and I am the blogger and YouTuber behind Our Oily House. I'm a stay-home mom that does a few side businesses here in my home, including blogging, YouTubing, and selling essential oils. I have 4 kids, 6 and under, and I have been married for 7.5 years. My essential oil journey really started when I welcomed my first child into my home. Whenever I became a mom, I really wanted to have natural solutions on hand so I could help support her body whenever she was sick. And my other main thing was to be able to get rid of all the toxics and chemicals in our home, well, the best that I could, by replacing things like shampoo and soaps and cleaners and all of that jazz. So today I really want to just go over the basics of essential oils, how you use essential oils, and then the different ways that I use them here in my home with my family. An essential oil is the concentrated liquid that can be steam distilled or cold pressed from either a plant or tree or even from a fruit. So it can come from the leaf of a plant, the bark, the stem, the peel of a fruit, and they are very, very concentrated, and of course they are found right here on earth, and they can be used for medicinal purposes. Essential oils have been used for medicinal purposes for a long time, but our world kind of got away from that. So back a long, long time ago, before there was any modern medicine, everyone was using essential oils to help heal themselves, or if they had a skin irritation or a rash, they were using plants, herbs, essential oils. And then as our world started developing and we have things like modern medicine and antibiotics, people started turning towards those. Now, I'm not going to trash any of that, because here's the thing. Modern medicine is actually very, very important, and there's definitely a time and a place for that. And there's been times in my life when I have been very, very thankful for antibiotics and modern medicine, because there have been things where people would have died if they didn't have the type of medicines and technology that we have now. But with that being said, I do believe that as Americans especially, that we do kind of run to the doctor and to over-the-counter medications way quicker than we really need to. And the problem with that is all of those types of things have side effects. And overuse of antibiotics can really cause some issues with your gut, which then can cause issues with your whole entire immune system and your health. And so the less that we have to take over-counter medications and things like antibiotics, I think the better. So like I said, definitely a time and place for that, but I like to run to my oils for things like coughs and colds and just things that I can handle at home. I read a statistic once, out of all the things that you go through in your life, there'll be 80% of those things will be able to be taken care of at home, and there will be 20% that will be needing a doctor. So totally get, you might need to go to the doctor for some things, but let's talk about the way that you can use your resources, essential oils, and supplements to help support your bodies at home most of the time for a more natural solution. I believe that using essential oils and diet and supplements kind of all go together. And I like to talk about this because I have people that come to me a lot about questions with different things and what oil can I use for this? And I like to kind of paint the bigger picture and show them what oils is good for those things. But along with that, you're going to need to maybe change some things in your diet and also add in some supplements. All of these things are very, very important for the entire picture to help heal your body and to be the healthiest that you can be. Now, little disclaimer here, obviously I am not a doctor. I am just a mom that's going to be talking off my own personal research and my own personal experiences. So today I'm going to talk about some of the main supplements that we use here in our home daily and which essential oils we use daily. And then I'm going to go over the different ways that you can get these same oils, supplements, and products into your home at the best price. So for starters, I think the key to a healthy lifestyle is having a whole food based, high quality, healthy vitamin. And this is because even if you eat the healthiest you possibly can, I don't even know what is healthy right now, because there's always so many things going around saying that you should be either vegan or eat only meat or vegetarian's best, no grains, all grains. It's so hard to tell. I mean, everyone can pretty much agree on the fact that sugars are bad and that we need lots of vegetables. So let's say that you do have the perfect diet. You figured out, you've done your research, and you are eating the perfect diet every single day. The problem is the way that our soil is now because of pollution in the air and the way that things are grown. It still isn't going to give you all the vitamins and nutrition that you need. So having a supplement to kind of pick up the pieces for the things that you're missing is really, really important. So I like to keep myself healthy daily by taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is a 3 vitamin supplement made by doTERRA, and the awesome thing about it is it's a completely whole food based vitamin, and there's no synthetics added in there, and these really make you feel well. It might be a little bit of a shocker, but if you are new to doTERRA, you've never even used any of their products, their #1 most sold product is their Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is their supplements. It's their vitamins. And every person that I know that has ever taken them, including myself, notices a difference right away from taking them, and you just feel good. They're good for your hair, they're good for your skin, they are good for brain function, fatigue, just pretty much they cover the basics. It's just if you are eating healthy or if you aren't eating healthy, taking these are really going to help to fill in all those spots that you were missing. So I start off every single day taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack. The next supplement that I take daily, and I also give my kids daily, is a probiotic. Now probiotics are so important because living in this world again with all the different pollutions and the overuse of antibiotics and antibacterial soaps, our gut is made up of bacteria, and that bacteria has some good, some bad. Now in a perfect gut, you would have 80% good bacteria and 20% bad bacteria. And when you have your bacteria completely in balance, it will help your body to fight off all the things, and you're gonna be healthy. Okay, but the problem is that most people are living with some degree of a leaky gut, and that is because of the foods that we eat, because of the world that we live in, because of stress, because of overuse of antibiotics, over-the-counter medications, and antibacterial soaps. All of these things can mess up that balance of bacteria in your gut. So because of that, something like a probiotic, which is different strands of bacteria that is good, is going to help put that back into your gut. So it's something that I think everyone should be taking every single day. So with a probiotic supplement, it's really important to have a high quality probiotic. Again, like the vitamins, you can be having ones that are full of synthetics. So I like the PB Assist that doTERRA makes. I love that probiotic, and it's just something that I take daily with my Lifelong Vitality Pack. So that is kind of like how I start off the basics of my day, and then throughout the day, or depending on if someone is sick or not feeling well, we'll kind of determine what essential oils we are going to use throughout the day. Essential oils can be used 3 different ways. Now remember that essential oils are very, very concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. So even whenever we have just a little bottle of oil like this is 250 drops, which means that's 250 servings. So these are going to last you a lot longer than you think because they are so concentrated. You only need a little bit at a time. So let's talk about the 3 different ways that you can use essential oils. The first way, and probably the most popular way, is aromatically, which I am doing right now with that diffuser behind me. So whenever you have your diffuser running, it'll disperse tiny essential oil molecules into the air, and as those are going into the air and you are breathing them in, you will start getting aromatherapy benefits, which is awesome because they can do so many things just from breathing them in. Whenever you breathe in anything, it goes through your nasal cavity and it hits the limbic system. And the limbic system is the part of the brain that controls your memory, your emotion, your learning, and even motivation. So as you breathe in essential oils, it can affect all of those things just from the aromatic benefits. Now you can use essential oils aromatically other ways too, not just through a diffuser. You can just drop a couple drops into the palm of your hand, rub them together, and then just breathe it in. You can also add some essential oil to a spray bottle with a little bit of water and mist it into the air. Another thing that I've done before is put some essential oils on a cotton ball and have them sitting around me if you don't have a diffuser. So there's a lot of ways that you can use essential oils aromatically, and the easiest way to do it is just by opening your bottle and simply breathing in out of the bottle. That's what I like to call the poor man's diffuser. But hey, it works really well and you're not wasting any oils at all. So just breathing in is the way that you're gonna get those aromatic benefits. The second way that you can use essential oils is topically. Because essential oils are so concentrated, it's best to always dilute your essential oil in a carrier oil before applying it onto the skin. Now, there are certain essential oils that are considered neat oils, which mean they are okay to put on without a carrier oil, but I always like to suggest putting them on with a carrier oil, especially if it's your first time applying it, or you're applying it on a young child, or if you have sensitive skin. Now, there are some oils that I know personally are okay for me to put straight on, like lavender, that's one of them. But just out of caution, always remember to dilute it first. Over on my blog, I have some dilution charts so you know exactly how to dilute them. My favorite way to use essential oils topically is with a roller bottle, and that is because then they're already pre-diluted. So making a roller bottle is actually very, very simple. You just add in some essential oil and then you top it off with a carrier oil. Now, my favorite carrier oil is fractionated coconut oil, but if you have a sensitivity to coconut oil, you can also use sweet almond oil, you can use jojoba oil, you can use olive oil, or any other vegetable-based oil is totally fine for a carrier oil. So with a roller bottle, I like to suggest anywhere from 15 to 30 drops of essential oil in a 10 ml roller bottle, and then the rest carrier oil. Now that can be a single oil or a blend of oil depending on what you're making your roller bottle for. And then you can apply essential oils really anywhere, except for you want to always avoid the eyes and inside of the ears. But the best places to apply essential oils are down the back of the spine, the bottoms of the feet, your pulse points is a great place to apply them. And then also you can just apply it to the area of concern. So if you are dealing with a stomach ache and you're using an oil that's good for that, you can just rub it straight onto the stomach. Or if you are experiencing any type of neck pain, you can take an oil and rub it like straight onto your neck for that. So applying it just to the area that you are most concerned about is a great rule of thumb. Now, if you are not feeling well, let's say you have the flu. Obviously, you don't have the flu in your arm. And so if you aren't sure where to apply it, always go to the pulse points, bottom of your feet and down the spine. Now, the reason why we suggest putting essential oils onto the bottom of your feet is because a couple different reasons. One, that area is less sensitive, and so applying it there is going to be a great place to test it in case you have some type of reaction to the oil. And two, that's where your largest pores are. And so by applying it there, the oils will be able to reach your bloodstream really fast. And so putting it there, putting your socks on is a great place to apply it. Now, the third way that you can use essential oils is internally. Not all essential oils are intended for eternal use, and you have to be sure to check your labels. So I am using doTERRA essential oils, and these are certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils that have all been tested. Each bottle goes through 8 different testing, and they're all sourced from where the plant actually grows. Now, because of all of these things, doTERRA oils are made with no synthetics, there's no added chemicals or anything in there. The FDA does not have any type of regulations on essential oils. So even if you have an oil that says it's pure lavender oil, it might not actually be that because of that lack of regulation. So when I first started using essential oils, I decided on doTERRA because I was very happy with the way that they test their oils and that they're very transparent to the consumer. So I can go and look at my bottle, and on the bottom of it there is a little number here, and that number I can type that in on a website called sourcetoyou.com, and I can see everything about this exact bottle of oil and see all the different testing that it went through. And that makes me know that inside this bottle is just lavender essential oil. So I feel safe about using this in my home, around my kids, and taking it internally. So all of doTERRA oils that say supplement facts on the back of the bottle, that's how you know if it's intended for internal use. So if you have one that is okay for internal use, you can take it by putting it into an empty veggie capsule and swallowing it like a pill, or you can drop some in your water, or you can even just put a couple drops straight under your tongue. So those are the different ways that you can use use your oils internally. And that was also another reason why I decided on doTERRA oils, because I wanted to be able to use these internally instead of medicine if we needed them for a sickness or some type of health concern. So those are the 3 different ways that you can use your essential oils. Now I want to go in and I want to talk about the top 10 essential oils that we use most often here in our home. I have 2 wooden boxes like this one behind me here. 2 of those completely full. I have some in my medicine cabinet. I have some just over in the kids' rooms in their diffuser. I have some in the bathroom, in the laundry room. I have oils everywhere. But out of all of my oils, there are 10 oils that I use more than any other essential oils in my home. Those are the 10 that I'm gonna go over today, because these are the 10 that if you are new to essential oils and you're just kind of starting to think about it and you're wanting to get them into your home, these are the 10 that I almost always suggest starting with, because they kind of cover the basics. Now, not everybody is the same, and so after you hear about these 10 oils, if these aren't really the 10 that you think are gonna work best for you and what your needs are, then reach out to me and I can show you how you can make a custom set of oils that will be better for your needs. All 10 of them here sitting behind me, and I'm gonna kind of turn each time to grab them. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is lemon. Now, lemon essential oil is probably one of the more common essential oils. It is cold pressed from the peel of the fruit, and it just smells amazing. Lemon is very uplifting, it's very energizing. This is one that you're gonna want to diffuse just whenever you wake up in the morning, or just kind of breathe it. It's a great one for the afternoon when you're kind of in that afternoon slump. You can breathe in your lemon because it's so uplifting and so energizing. Now, my favorite way to use lemon essential oil is for cleaning. Lemon has antibacterial properties to it, and so you can use this to replace almost all of your cleaners in your home. I like to use an all-purpose spray that I use on seriously almost everything. It even works good for your mirrors, it's good for countertops, it's good for floors, pretty much everything. And so I like to take lemon and put it in a glass spray bottle with some vinegar and some water, and that makes a great all-purpose spray. It's really, really easy to make. Now, a lot of the things that I'm talking about here, I have shared over on my blog, and so if you want the exact recipe, you can go grab it on the blog. I have more cleaning recipes over there, but that all-purpose spray is the one that I use the most, and because of the lemon in there, it makes it antibacterial. So I love to use lemon for that. Lemon is also really good for opening up airways and for anything that is digestive related. Lemon can be used all 3 ways. You can use lemon aromatically, which is just in a diffuser like I have here behind me. You can use lemon internally. If you can drop it just straight under the tongue. You can add a drop into your water, which adds so much flavor, and it really helps to give your body a natural, gentle detox. Or you can even use lemon essential oil topically. Now, it is always best to dilute essential oils before applying them to the skin, especially if you have sensitive skin or you're applying it onto a child. And so I like to just use a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. You can put a drop of lemon on there and rub it onto your chest if you are experiencing congestion or cough, and that's really gonna help open up the airways. So those are kind of a few of the different ways that we use lemon on our home. I would say that lemon is probably the oil that I use the most of, because it's in all of my cleaners and because I use it in my own homemade soaps as well. So I like to use just water, castile soap, and lemon to make a foaming hand soap, and I like to use that because it's antibacterial. So that's one that I like to use just in my kitchen. So if you have lemon, you're gonna be able to really knock out a lot of those chemical products that you have in your home just from your lemon oil. Okay, so the next oil that we use really often in our home is lavender. Lavender is probably the most popular essential oil, and everyone knows if you have trouble sleeping to break out the lavender, and that is true. Lavender has so many great calming properties to it, and it's very, very good to help with sleep and anxiety and stress and just helping to calm the body. And so that is true, but lavender is good for even more things than just sleep. A lot of people, lavender is also really, really good for the skin, and just like lemon, lavender is also antibacterial. So this is gonna be a great one for any type of skin infection or rash or anything like that. So this is one that I use really often in my home because I have kids and we all want our kids to sleep, and kids fall a lot. And so anytime that they get owie or there's someone's bleeding or there's anything like that, we go straight to the lavender. They call it the purple oil, and they will go and grab this themselves if they fall or if they have anything. It's kind of like a band-aid. If they have any issue, they need the purple oil to help with that. You can use lavender all three ways. It can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. So before bedtime, if you really do struggle with going to sleep and you need help with sleep, you can apply some lavender just with a little bit of coconut oil and to put it on my jawline so I can really smell it. I like to put it onto the bottoms of my feet. And then you can also add it in a little spray bottle with some water and mist your pillows and your sheets just to get that smell in the room and to help you to be more calm. And you can also add it into your diffuser too to help with that. So lots of different ways to use lavender. For sure, the main ways that I use it are for calming, sleeping, and for any type of skin issue. Okay, so the third oil that we use really often around here is peppermint oil. Now, peppermint oil is a very cooling and soothing oil, and so it makes it really good for any type of tension. So this is one that you can go to if you are experiencing a headache or some type of pain, if you have pain in your neck or in your back or just any type of tension or ache or pain, you can use your peppermint oil for. This one also can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. You can also use peppermint essential oil to help bring down the body temperature. So if you have a fever or a little one with a fever, diluting a little bit of fractionated coconut oil and kind of rubbing it onto the neck or the forehead or down the back of the spine is going to help reduce body temperature. I like to use this one a lot during the summertime whenever it's really, really hot outside, putting in a few drops in a spray bottle of water and misting it onto the body to help cool down the body temperature. And then this one's also really fun to bring into the kitchen. So if you are a chocolate mint kind of person, you can add a drop of peppermint into a dish to give it that minty flavor. Or you can even just diffuse this one. This one diffuses really well with your lemon. If you diffuse these two together, it's one of my favorite combinations just for that uplifting, energizing, really fresh scent. Now, peppermint is also really, really good for stimulating the brain. And so if you are getting ready to go in to take a test or you're working on something really hard and you really need to focus, you can use your peppermint oil to help you to focus. It helps aid your memory and just make your brain function more properly. And so I like to use peppermint for that as well. And in my home, I'm a homeschooling mom, so this is one that I like to diffuse often just throughout our day whenever the kids are working on school. Now the three that I just talked about, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, I like to do those three together because these three together make an awesome trio for allergies. And I always like to bring that up because that is one of the questions that I probably get asked most often is about essential oils for allergies, especially seasonal allergies. And these three together make a natural antihistamine. So it's gonna help your body with that allergic response. If you're experiencing hives or any type of allergic reaction, going to your lemon, lavender, and peppermint is going to be very helpful for that. And so you can make a roller bottle with these three by putting about 8 drops of each in a roller bottle, topping it off with that carrier oil, and then applying it for seasonal allergies. I like to go around the bridge of the nose or down the spine, or if you have hives, putting it onto the area of concern. It's going to help your body with that allergic response. So those three are really, really good for that. The next oil I'm gonna talk about is Melaleuca or tea tree oil. It's been called both, and this oil is mostly known for its antifungal properties. And so if you experience any type of candida or yeast or maybe fungal toenails or feet or anything like that, you can whip out your tea tree oil, and it's gonna be very helpful with that because it is full of antifungal properties. Melaleuca is also a really good immune booster, and so this is going to be a great one to use if you aren't feeling well or you are trying to just boost your immune system because it's that time of year when all the stuff is going around. You can use it for that. I personally do not like the smell of tea tree, so it's not one that you're ever gonna find in my diffuser, but if you do like it or you want to diffuse it, it's totally can be diffused. It just is a matter of preference. It can also be taken internally, and so the main thing that I use Melaleuca for internally is just to help with that yeast overgrowth. If you have anything like that going on, taking it internally is really going to help knock that out. And then you can also use it topically. Melaleuca is also an antibacterial oil, and it's another one that is really, really good for cleaning. So like I said, I mainly use lemon for cleaning, but if you prefer Melaleuca or tea tree, if you prefer tea tree oil, this one is another really good one for cleaning. The next one I'm going to talk about is one that we don't use that often, but one that I would never ever go without. And that is oregano oil. And oregano oil, actually, I have my very first success story with essential oils is about oregano oil. Oregano oil is a hot oil, so it's one that you're gonna for sure want to dilute before putting it on the skin. And if you take it internally, you wanna make sure that you have it inside of a veggie capsule because it will burn if you just put it straight in your mouth. You don't wanna do that. So oregano is a very powerful natural antibiotic, and so anytime that we have an infection or a fever or anything that points to the fact that we might need an antibiotic, I will go straight to my oregano oil, and it works really, really well. I don't know if you know who Dr. Axe is, but he is someone that I follow really closely. He has a lot of different natural remedies, and he put out a study that showed that oregano is actually more powerful than antibiotics. And so this is an oil that I would never ever run out of because I try to avoid antibiotics like the plague because of the effects it has on your gut. And so we will always use oregano oil first and see how that works. So since we have been married, my husband in the beginning of our marriage had strep throat several times, and he kept taking antibiotics, and he kept getting it because as you take antibiotics, it can really affect your immune system, and it kind of knocked him down, and he got the strep throat again. So after the third time, I decided I was going to try to heal his strep throat naturally, and so we used oregano oil, and it worked just the same as antibiotics were, if not faster. And so anytime now, as soon as there is something going around that I think could be an infection, like a bacterial infection or even a viral infection, I will whip out my oregano oil. Now, because it is a hotter oil, I still do use it on my kids, but I make sure to dilute it properly, and I'll put it onto the bottoms of their feet and put their socks on so they can't really touch it or get it into their eyes, but it works really well for anything like that. Oregano can also be used to help remove any type of warts or skin tags by just applying it to the area of concern, and if you are consistent and keep doing it, it will work. The next oil I'm going to talk about, and this is the king of oils, hands down the best oil out there, and everyone would agree, and that is frankincense. Frankincense can be used for pretty much everything. It's really good for the digestive system, it's good for the respiratory system, it's good at boosting the immune system. It is amazing for the skin, really, really good for anti-aging. It's very calming, it can help with anxiety. It is the all-around oil of all oils. When I'm teaching about essential oils, I always say, if in doubt, use frankincense. So if you aren't sure which essential oil you need to use for a particular ailment, just grab your frankincense. And the cool thing about frankincense is it is a drive oil, which means if you use this one with another oil, so let's say you have something, you are feeling really, really stressed and anxious and you want to use your lavender for that. If you take your frankincense and apply that one on first and then put your lavender over it, doing that is going to help to drive the essential oils faster into the bloodstream and work even better. So frankincense pairs well with pretty much every essential oil. So anytime I'm making a lotion or a roller bottle, I always add in some frankincense because this is one that I like to get in and on our bodies as much as possible. Frankincense is also really good at rejuvenating the cells, and so it's going to be one to keep your cells healthy, which we all know that unhealthy cells can lead to really bad things. And so using frankincense is just going to help to maintain healthy cells. And so like I said, getting it in and on the skin is really, really important. Now, frankincense is also, like I mentioned before, it's really good for anti-aging. It can help with fine lines and those crow's feet around your eyes, wrinkles. And so putting it just with a little bit of coconut oil in your hand and rubbing it onto your face is going to be a great nighttime and morning routine to just keep your skin glowing and healthy and free of wrinkles. So I like to use it for that. Frankincense is also a very good essential oil to help with inflammation. It's very anti-inflammation essential oil. So if you're dealing with some chronic pain or headaches or an injury that's causing inflammation, you can use your frankincense oil. So you could take it and just drop it straight under the tongue. Some people enjoy the taste, some people don't. So if you are one that doesn't, you can put it in a veggie capsule so you don't have to taste it. I personally really like the scent of frankincense and the taste of it, so I'll just take it and drop it under my tongue. And it's something that I like to do daily just to keep inflammation down in my body, because everyone can be a little inflamed just with the foods that we eat. So if you have like a gluten intolerance and you eat some gluten, that can inflame the body. And a lot of people have these intolerances and not even know it. And you can have inflammation that's causing arthritis or chronic headaches or chronic back pains. And just by getting your inflammation under control can really help with that. So something like frankincense is a great one to take daily to help with those types of things. So inflammation, skin, powerful immune booster too. So if you are starting to get sick and you're not feeling well, you can use your frankincense for that. It's also really calming and good for anxiety. And so I like to diffuse frankincense and lavender together at nighttime for bed, just to help us to have a better night's sleep. Like I said, frankincense is the king of oils. It's the one that you want to have in your home. And if you are ever feeling this kind of blah, or you're not sure which one to use, just grab your frankincense. Okay. So that is the first 6 oils. Now the next 4 oils that we use the most often that go into my top 10 are all 4 blends that doTERRA makes. Now these blends are just a few different essential oils that they put together to make it to work really well for a common ailment. So the first one I'm going to talk about is On Guard. And On Guard is known as the protective blend, and it does just that. It protects you from germs and getting sick. Now, I always like to put out this disclaimer. If you get On Guard or essential oils in general, it doesn't mean that you're never gonna get sick again. Now, there is a chance that you'll get sick less often because of using oils like On Guard, but the real awesome thing about having this essential oil and all of these oils and supplements on hand is that when you do get sick, you can use them to support your body in a natural way to shorten the duration of the sickness and help you to get better and feel well without putting toxins or synthetics into your body. With that being said, On Guard is going to help to keep the germs away because it can kill germs aromatically. When you diffuse it in your home, it's going to kill airborne germs, and when you put it onto your hands and rub it together, it's going to kill germs on your hands. So I like to use this one as a natural Germ-X. Germ-X is made with antibacterial components that can wipe off that good bacteria that you need on your hand, again, for your gut. If you haven't noticed, I'm going to keep going back to the gut because your gut is the brain of the immune system, and if that is whacked out, then it's pretty much everything is going to be whacked out. I will put some On Guard in a spray bottle and use it as a mist and spray it onto my carts. I will spray it onto my kids' hands, and when it's during cold and flu season and we are around sickness or after church nursery or a play date, it really works well at boosting the immune system. Now, you can also use On Guard if you are sick. Usually the first sign of sickness is a sore throat, and that's because that's our first line of defense. And so our first thing is we'll notice is some maybe like swollen lymph nodes and it's red back there and it's kind of sore. That's a good sign. That means that your body is working and trying to kill that virus or bacteria or whatever it is that's trying to enter into your body and make you sick. And so when you first start feeling that, that's a good time to start supporting your body and boosting that immune system. And so On Guard is really good for doing that. So you can take this one internally, you can apply it again to the bottoms of your feet, down your spine, so it can help to knock that sickness out before it gets too out of control. Now, On Guard is a blend of wild orange, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And those 5 essential oils have been used for many, many years as a natural remedy to keep you healthy. And so doTERRA just put it all together in one bottle here, so you don't have to blend it yourself and it's ready to go. Now this one is an amazing one to diffuse. It smells really, really good with that cinnamon and clove and wild orange. It has a really nice Christmassy smell to it, and I love to diffuse it, especially during that time of year whenever cold and flus are going around like crazy. So you can use this one internally, topically, or aromatically. On Guard also has some really great properties for your teeth because there's that clove in there. Clove is good for helping with cavities or any type of tooth pain. And so you can add some On Guard into your toothpaste. doTERRA actually makes an On Guard toothpaste that we absolutely love. But if you make your own toothpaste or you have regular toothpaste, you can add a drop of On Guard on there to help fight and protect your teeth against cavities. So lots of good uses with this oil, and definitely one that you're gonna wanna have in your oil arsenal. Okay, the next one is called Breathe, and this is the respiratory blend. And hence the name, it's gonna be good for anything respiratory related. It's anytime that you have a cough or you are stuffy or you're congested, you're gonna whip out your Breathe oil. Now this one's also gonna pair well with seasonal allergy blend, the lemon, lavender, and peppermint that I talked about. You can add Breathe to that one as well. Breathe is going to just really open up those airways. My favorite way to use Breathe if I am stuffy is to just boil some water on a pot over the stove, remove it from the heat, add a couple drops of Breathe in, and you just kind of stand over it, maybe droop a blanket or towel over it, and just breathe in that steam, and it will just open you up and drain you out, and then you're gonna be able to breathe again. If you are congested before going to bed, you can put some Breathe, do that little steam treatment, and it's going to open you up so that when you lay down, you're not all clogged up and you can't breathe while you're sleeping. This one is not intended for internal use, so you'll see on the back of it, there's no supplement backs, and that's how we know that you don't use this one internally. It's not going to necessarily hurt you if you use it internally, it's just gonna be more effective if you use it topically or aromatically. So for topical use, I like to use this one as a natural Vicks vapor rub. So you can take it and put it onto the bottoms of your feet or on your chest or your back whenever you are congested, just to really open up those airways. So the On Guard and the Breathe are 2 of my favorites, especially during cold and flu season, that I like to use with my kids, and 2 that I diffuse in their rooms pretty much all winter and fall. They really work well at just boosting their immune systems and helping them to be able to breathe clearly. So if we have coughs in the house, we're gonna be going through a lot of Breathe, and then I'll also, like I said, I'll pair that with the On Guard to boost their immune system. So I don't use these 2 as much during the summertime, but if someone gets a cough or we have any type of seasonal stuff going around, I will whip out the Breathe again. So those are 2 that you're definitely gonna want. Now, the next blend I'm gonna talk about is called Digest Zen. And Digest Zen is the digestive blend. So I love these blends because they basically, with the name, tell you what this is for. So you're probably already noticing or knowing that this is for the digestive system. So Digest Zen is going to work really well for soothing and calming your stomach. It's gonna help with nausea and constipation, diarrhea, cramping, all of that fun stuff. If you have any of those types of stomach bug symptoms going around, you're gonna wanna whip out the Digest Zen. It's also really helpful if you eat something that doesn't agree with you. So if you are gluten intolerant, like we were saying earlier, and maybe you're out and about, or you eat something that has some gluten in it and you have those cramps. Now, this isn't gonna work if you are like a celiac or extreme, but if you have like slight cramping, or just you go out to eat and you're eating food that you're not used to eating at home, or you're on vacation and you're eating out a lot and you have those like stomach pains, you just feel kind of yuck, then you can use your Digest Zen for that. So just taking in a little bit of coconut oil, applying it onto your stomach. You can have a roller bottle of it, and it's really gonna help to ease and soothe the stomach. This one's also really good for motion sickness. If you have a child or yourself that gets car sick, or when you're on an airplane, you can use your Digest Zen. Just inhaling it out of the bottle is going to help with that. Digest Zen like crazy during pregnancy when I was in my first trimester and I was experiencing morning sickness. Now, I will tell you, I don't like the smell of digestin, especially whenever I'm pregnant. It has anise in it, which has that black licorice smell, which I am not a fan of. Now, some people think this one smells amazing, but my preference is I don't like it. So my little tip to you is if you are feeling nauseous and smelling it's gonna make you feel more nauseous, take it and apply it onto the bottoms of your feet and put your socks on, put your shoes on, then you don't smell it, but it actually will work really well. You can also take this one internally, so if you're experiencing any type of indigestion or you're going through that stomach flu type symptoms, you can take your digestin internally to help with that. Okay, the last of the 10, and this one is actually my husband's favorite oil. It's called Deep Blue. And Deep Blue is the soothing blend. So this one is really like a natural icy hot. So if you have aches and pains, or if you are a runner, or you work out, or you have arthritis, or any type of discomfort, you can go to your Deep Blue. So my husband loves this one because he is a runner, me not so much. But he runs and he likes to use this one before, like pre and post workout. It can work well for that. He keeps a roller bottle of this one in his car. He had for a long time, he had a rotary cuff injury, and every time he would go to throw a ball, it would hurt. And so I made him a roller bottle of Deep Blue, and he applied it onto his rotary cuff often, along with the Deep Blue lotion. So this is a lotion that it has the oil in it, and this stuff is so amazing. So he used the oil with the lotion, and that rotary cuff pain is completely gone. And he said he remembers doing that when he was a kid, and kind of always having that soreness or that pain whenever he did that motion. And after using this, I would say he did it for about a year, it is completely gone. So this stuff is pretty magical. The Deep Blue Rub, like I said, it's the lotion of the oil, and it's awesome because you can take this and that makes it easier to apply to a largest surface area. So if you have a back that is really sore, you can take it and rub it on the whole back rather than dropping your oil all around and rubbing it in. So these two really go well together, which is why I'm sharing this with you, because this sits out by my oil box in the kitchen and one that we use all the time. I use this one a lot whenever I was pregnant and I had some really bad rib pain from the baby, and at nighttime I would take and just rub it on my ribs before going to bed. And it's really like that icy hot where it gets cool and then it heats up and then it gets cool again, and it just soothes it so well. So this stuff is my favorite, especially if you sleep on your neck wrong. If you ever, you wake up in the morning, your neck is feeling sore, you can take this and apply it just a little bit onto your neck, and that's going to help to take away that neck pain. So these are some of the products that we use most often in our home that I think really just kind of set the standards for our wellness, just by taking our vitamins every day and our probiotics every day, and having these essential oils on hand. We can support our bodies naturally at home. I want to talk to you and tell you the best way to get these into your home. So if you have never ever used any doTERRA essential oils before and you have been thinking about it, the best way to get doTERRA is by buying a bundle of oils together, because when you do that, it gives you wholesale pricing, which means you get 25% off of every doTERRA product. So I'll flash up here a couple of the different bundles, some of the most popular bundles. The first one is called the Healthy Habits Kit, and this one comes with the Lifelong Vitality vitamins, the probiotics. It also comes with a digestive enzyme, that Deep Blue Rub, and a handful of those top oils that I was talking about. The next one that I really like, and one that I like to suggest a lot for most people to start with, is the Healthy Starter Kit. And this one comes with those top 10 essential oils that we just talked about, and it comes with a diffuser. So this is a great one to get started with if you are trying to dabble your foot in essential oils. You're gonna get these and you're gonna be ready to go, because you're gonna have those top 10 oils, you're gonna have your diffuser. Right when your box comes, you're gonna be able to get started with essential oils. The next one's a little bit of a larger bundle, and this is a bundle that you're gonna want to take advantage of if you're ready to just kind of overhaul everything in your home. You're ready to switch out your shampoo and conditioner and your toothpaste, and you want all the oils and all the supplements. It's called the Natural Solutions Kit, and this one has in there all the oils that we just talked about. It has a diffuser like I have here. It has several of the On Guard products like the toothpaste and the mouthwash and the On Guard sanitizing mist and the Guard soap. And it also has our deep blue rub that we talked about, and the shampoo and conditioner, and a couple of the different things that come out of the spa line, with a cute little wooden box. So this is the kit for you if you're ready to kind of overhaul your whole home and you're just ready to jump in and get those natural solutions in. It's going to kind of be the one and be all kit for you. So whenever you start off with one of these kits, you will get a wholesale membership for free for 1 year. And I like to make sure that I let you know that that does not mean that you have any type of monthly requirements, because that's the first question I always get whenever I talk about membership. People are afraid that they're gonna be put into a monthly order, and that's not true at doTERRA. You can buy your kit here and then never purchase anything again. But if you decide to purchase something again, you are gonna get that 25% off, which is super awesome. The landing page that you came to before you signed up for this class, you can go there, and at the bottom of there, I list out all the different kits with all your prices, and you can kind of see what goes in each one, and you can decide which one you want. Now, if you are within the United States, I will also be sending you out a welcome package that will have some empty roller bottles in there with some labels and recipes, and also a spray bottle with recipes, so you can get your oils and start diving in right away. You'll also be getting some samples of other products that doTERRA offers and some literature. Whenever you buy essential oils from me, I become your wellness advocate. So that is one of the reasons why doTERRA is a MLM company, where I am a direct marketer and I speak straight out to you, is because if you go and you buy oils on Amazon, you're going to buy them and then you have oils and there's not really anybody there to help you out. But if you buy essential oils with me, I am now your personal wellness advocate, which means you can reach out to me with any questions that you have, and I can help you through your wellness journey. And then I like to offer a free phone call where we can just go over what health goals you have, and I can help you kind of like set out a regimen and help you to accomplish these things, because I don't want you to buy essential oils and have them sit in a pretty box and you never use them. I want you to use them and feel empowered to use them in your home to help you to feel healthier and live a more natural lifestyle. And so I will be your person that you will come to with any of your questions. And then I also have a members Facebook group where anybody that buys essential oils from me gets put into this group. And it's a place where I do a lot of different lives, I do classes, and just talk about the different practical ways that you can use essential oils in your home. It's become a tight little community with all of these people in there that bounce off their different questions off each other. So someone says, you know, I'm struggling with this, what oils do you use? And we can comment on each other. So it's a place where you can come with all of your questions. I really do encourage people to post what they're using daily in there and just kind of talk about it, because I love having that support group. I don't want you to spend money on something that you're not going to feel comfortable using. So I want to walk you through this journey and help you to use the essential oils that you purchase. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.